In a world where stability reigns supreme, one woman walked away from certainty. She traded in comfort for chaos, pay slips for pressure, and chose to bet on the only thing she truly trusted, herself. This is Holly, a fearless founder, a relentless problem solver, and a professional oversharer on a mission to tell the truth about what it really takes to create brands from scratch. No filters, no fluff, just the crazy chaos of entrepreneurship. It's the keeping up with the Kardashians of brand building, but with more spreadsheets, some glam, and hopefully fewer Kim K ugly cries. This is not just a YouTube channel. This is HVB's founder show, and the show you didn't know you needed. What are you waiting for? Let's get into it.
Welcome back to another episode. We're back. We skipped a week last week, but we are back. I'm trying to be quiet because Donnie is asleep in bed. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. And this week's episode is going to be a day in the life with Jolie and I, because we have a busy day today. I have a sneaky suspicion that the boys, aka the husbands, aka Donnie and Jolie's husband James, might be planning something that we don't know about today. A surprise. So I figured, what better day to take you with me? We have an event with Barclays this morning all about investment in the beauty space. So that is this morning. Then we have a couple of phone calls with our web developer, and after that a nutritionist. We're going to have a chat and see how we could potentially bring her on board for launch, so that we have an expert within the space in gut and nutrition and the importance of it. So that is all happening this morning. Then let's see. Donnie's not the best at keeping them quiet, so we'll see by the end of this episode what's happening, but that is the plan for today. We have a lot of stuff to get done. My business partner Jolie has now left Grazia. So for those who don't know, Jolie was the head of beauty at Grazia for I think about 7 years, and she has bravely taken the leap, has left her job. She left on Thursday. I'm very proud of her, and we are all in for this supplement brand. We are giving it our absolute all. So super proud of her, massive change. She's been in mags for 15 years, I don't know. She's been in magazines her entire career, so massive shift for her and all very exciting. And we're all in, so now we are spending even more wonderful time together building this brand, and we're about 3 months out from launch now. Little bit behind schedule on a couple of things, that's to be expected. We're waiting on our second pouch print sample. We weren't happy with the first ones, so we've done a second run to hopefully be a little bit more happy with those. And then that's packaging wise, product wise, everything, all of that is done. We know where we're shipping it from. We have our warehouse organized for launch. So for now, the next few months are really like content marketing and website. We've managed to find an incredible website agency who really excited to work with. So anyway, that's an update on where we're at. Lots of stuff going on, and I'm going to take you with me, and we're going to have a exciting, unexpected day. So let's hope this episode is a laugh. And you know what to do. If you don't subscribe to this channel, then you definitely should do. So hit the subscribe and follow for plenty more unexpected, hilarious adventures like today. Because this channel is all about building a brand, and honestly I just want to share every single aspect of it. So far it's been very entertaining, so I'd strongly recommend that you subscribe. See you soon. On my way. The event is in Berkeley House or somewhere around there. I'm in Moorgate, never get off here on the tube, not gonna lie. This is all very much new territory to me. But I was just talking to a friend of mine who works at L'Oreal, and she was asking me about what influencers resonate with me within the skincare space. And for me, I pay attention to people who are just super authentic themselves, have a personality and have a laugh, don't take themselves too seriously. Even if they're not a beauty influencer, I would still massively take note of what they say. And I think it's just really interesting, and I'd love to know what you guys think around what influencers resonate with you and what creators do you pay attention to when it comes to content, because nowadays everybody is just so inauthentic. Let me know who you love in the comments, influencers who you pay attention to, because we're building out our list at the moment in terms of who we would want to work with, and it's really important that we work with people who get who we are, because we're a brand that does not take ourselves too seriously at all, and you'll get that when you understand what we're actually selling. So we'd love to know in the comments. spot in Barclay building. I don't know if we're really meant to be here, but Julie and I just came out of a very amazing presentation from the Beauty Vibe and a company called Triffin, which is super interesting because basically they offer financing options and this platform that ultimately operates as a finance director for a business. So smart, and definitely going to check that out. And Jolie is just getting a coffee right now, and then we're going to sit. We've got a call at 11:30 and a call at 12:30. We have here
Delivering you well.
Oh, bloody hell, thank you. You must stay hydrated. Where are we off to now?
The Hoxton Bay.
You can tell racing to get there. Oh my god, the smell coming out of that place was divine. Don't know, but it smelled delicious. Oh, was it? Oh,
Egg slut.
Love an egg
Delicious.
slut. And then this afternoon, what are we going to work from here?
I think we're going to work from somewhere around here. We've got a lot to do.
And I think we're going to go through like just re-delegation of roles and responsibilities. Who is owning what? Is it left or is it
Now
right?
I'm a free woman.
She is a free woman. She is out. She is on the prowl. So just understanding what we're all both looking after. Because also, guys, it's June and it's summer and we also have plans. So not only are we
We're on
launching
holidays next week.
this one's got about 75 holidays. So no, shock. So not only are we launching a brand and doing everything else, we also need to fit it in with
We've
our
got
life.
70th birthdays, 40th birthdays, cousins' weddings.
Bloody hell, she's a busy girl. So we are trying to fit everything in and also live a life, because what's the point in doing all of this if you can't live a life? Enjoy it. And I think we might have walked past. No, it's here. Gal's on the loose. Oh, it's here, it's on the left. So we're going to go and do this meeting, see what she's all about. Very important that we have someone who knows what they're talking about when it comes to gut health and all of the fun things that come with that. So very excited to meet her. See you in 5 minutes. Carry on, lovely.
A little surprise. We thought, why don't we have lunch all together?
When was this one? Here we are being taken for lunch. How lucky are we? Lovely. Guys, I kind of failed at my day in the life vlog. This week has ended up being a little bit more unorganised than I maybe would have liked. So I'm jumping on here as I'm getting ready because guess who I'm going to see tonight? It's Friday night. Don't know if we have any Lipa fans here, but I'm going and I am so excited. So if anyone watching this and went to Lipa on Friday, I can tell you already right now, how good was she? She was so good. I'm a massive Lipa fan and I have never seen her live, and we only bought the tickets last week, so it's all just been a bit last minute. So I am really excited. So I'm going to fill you in on what happened this week, and I'm going to answer a couple of the questions that actually came through on my Instagram when I said that I was going to be with Jolie. You guys asked some sensational questions, but we didn't answer them because life happened, and I'm going to answer them now. So I'm going to get ready with you. We're going to do our hair. I'm going for the GHD super tight wand curl. You're going to see the process and you're going to see what happens from this absolute bush to the miraculous GHD styler. So I'm going to go get that. Be right back. Wasn't where I thought it was. This is it. Super tight curls. So Wednesday ended up being very productive in the morning. We had some great meetings. We met a nutritionist who we're thinking about bringing on board to support us with the launch. We met her, and then we didn't get a huge amount done in the afternoon, well, for a few hours, because the boys came to surprise us and took us out for lunch because it was Jolie's last day, as you guys know, and last week, and she quit her job at Grazia. We went to Cecconi's in Shoreditch. Brand-wise, where are we at? Update, where are we at? The packaging, the product has still not been ordered. So every time I come on here, I feel like I say to everyone, oh, we're making our final first opening order this week, also very exciting. But then we realised that we did not like our first print, so we're waiting for our second print run to come through. We want our packaging to feel very elevated. And I think the supplement space typically, by the most part, there are obviously some very premium brands in the market, like Lipa do some fantastic supplements. From a packaging perspective, they're obviously super premium if you haven't seen those, but they're like £300 a pop, and we're not going to be that kind of brand. but we want the packaging to feel really like luxe, and we ordered the print run samples with a matte finish, but we actually wanted a matte soft touch finish. Easy mistake to make. Not sure if it was my mistake or if it was the manufacturer's, but anyway, so we're waiting for that to be delivered. Jolie is going to receive the samples, so she's going to call me whilst we're away to see how they are, but we have got to go with our opening order and place the opening order like ASAP. I'm hoping we'll be able to do it next week, even though I'm away. What I love the most about working with Jo is just, I said to her like, this week, I trust her so much on her decisions, and also like going into business with someone like this is like, we're co-founders, right? So if you don't have a level of trust in your business partner, that means you can trust them to make decisions and the right decisions, and also know and be comfortable with the fact that there's going to be so many times for sure that we make mistakes. Both of us make mistakes, or we make the wrong decision, and we have to just back each other 100%. And it's really comforting to be working with someone like that, because I actually think that's quite rare. And as founders, obviously when you're co-founders, you do have to be on the same page with that, because if one of you doesn't trust the other one, it's not going to go very well, is it? And then yesterday, we had another great productive day. Jolie came to mine and we worked on our website. So we briefed in the web designer, so they've got everything they need there. We spoke to Xero, so that's our accounting software. We spoke to our accountants. We did some financial checking just to understand where our investment is currently and how much of that we've got left. And we had some really good conversations off the back of our meeting on Wednesday with a nutritionist. Now, that's been our week. Guys, we have done the hair. It's a bit wild. What do we think? Do we like it? Do we like it? Or do we think it looks ridiculous? So one of the questions that somebody asked on my Instagram was, how did you know that this idea was something that you wanted to pursue? How did you know that this was the idea? Because I have a lot of ideas for things. Jolie definitely has a lot of ideas for things. And I've always known that I wanted to own my own business and do my own thing. I just knew that that would happen at some point. But I never really envisaged what that would be. And I definitely didn't envisage it would be launching a supplement brand in this realm. Let's put it that way. But I'm so glad that it is. I have a lot of people ask me like, oh, when I knew that you were launching a brand, I maybe thought it was skincare or beauty, and I'm really glad it isn't. And honestly, me too. And I think that was actually genuinely one of the reasons why we knew it was a really good idea, for various reasons. So basically we told people about it, and a lot of people were like, oh my God, that is me, I need this product. So that was a really strong indicator that this was something that we should pursue. I know this sounds so cheesy, but genuinely it was just like a feeling. I don't know, when Jolie and I were sat at that friend's lunch and we were talking about it, and then it just happened so naturally and also kind of immediately. It was just felt like a really natural conversation. It was in that moment that I was like, no, this is right. So then I just didn't worry too much about the how or whatever it was, or what the rest of those next steps would look like to get it to even just where we are now. The product is for something that literally everybody does. So every single human in this world does what we've created a product for. However, obviously it's needed by certain people more than others. Don't get me wrong, I think there are still many successful beauty brands, and I'm sure many successful beauty brands still yet to be launched that will do very well. But it's a crowded space, and I think a space that is quite difficult to have a differentiating factor. I talk to a lot of founders, and they're obviously talking me through when they talk me through their brand positioning and who they are, what their vision is and what their values are and everything else. It's very rare to find a brand that's actually saying anything unique. I do believe that there isn't many unique ideas in this world. A supplement brand is not a unique idea. It's obviously just comes down to how you position it, how your brand, tone of voice, everything else. That's what makes it unique. However, the purpose of why you're starting a brand, especially in skincare, the whole line of, well, it didn't exist, so it doesn't make sense, because everything exists now. I am super passionate about the core reason as to why I'm doing this is to really just help women be better versions of themselves. And I experienced the problem for many years myself. So to be able and seeing the value it can bring when I found the solution and to the problem, it literally has changed my life. And I really just want to bring that to more people. And that is genuinely my sole driver, is being able to help women be better versions of themselves. Because often I believe that people aren't operating at their most optimal level
because of factors that ultimately not are outside of their control, but are happening to them, and they don't necessarily have the tools or the information or the products or the things they need in order to be better and just feel like the best version of themselves, whatever that looks like. So that's kind of how I knew, because of how passionate I am about this and how it felt different to all of the other ideas that I had. But to be honest, Jolie is definitely the ideas person. She has so many, we're both very creative, but she has so many good ideas. We're already talking about like other businesses we could launch in the future. So we've also been asked a lot, are we hiring? We are not hiring at the moment. We definitely will be. Creating a really safe, cool, fun, entrepreneurial culture is what we are all about. We were actually talking about this last night, the importance of creating a really safe, fun, amazing environment to come to work in, where you feel every day you are motivated, inspired, passionate, enthusiastic about what it is that you're doing. We feel really passionate about that. So no hiring at the moment. However, at the moment we're kind of working with contractors and freelancers and people not necessarily employed, but that time will come, guys, and I can't wait for our office. It's going to be very fun, and best believe there'll be some neon lights. We're ready. I am about to go out. I'm sorry that this episode has been very random, as per usual, but that is the end of this episode. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Please like and subscribe. I promise next week's episode, well, actually next week's episode is going to be an interesting one, because I'm not going to be here. I'm going away to Croatia. Won't be doing a huge amount of work whilst I'm away. So do you want to see that? Let me know in the comments if you want me to take you to Croatia, because that definitely won't be really that helpful about how to build a brand. However, it will be about the importance of taking a break when you're shattered and you've been working your ass off. So maybe that is also part of the journey of building a brand. So let me know. Anyway, have a fantastic week. I hope you have a very productive, a very successful, a very abundant week. Thank you for watching. See you next Sunday.